Warm greetings to all celebrity enthusiasts. Today, we delve into the world of the British royal family. A fascinating spectacle is unfolding before us as the media circus that once fiercely protected the monarchy now subtly betrays it. Recent reports depict a seemingly frail King Charles, labelled as cancer-stricken and defeated, struggling to mend the rift with his son. Even Prince William, often celebrated by the press, is now facing criticism. He's being dubbed as work-shy and mainly interested in media-friendly events. The once unblemished image of the Golden Boy appears to be cracking. This is all quite curious, isn't it? After all, these are the same outlets that once united to twist every action of Meghan and Harry into scandal. So what has changed? Why is the Golden Boy image cracking? Stay tuned as we explore these questions and more in the following scenes. Let's take a step back. The same institutions that once vilified Meghan and Harry are now pointing fingers at the palace. Suddenly, the media narrative is shifting. Those outlets that were quick to sharpen their knives against Meghan and Harry, twisting their every action into scandal, are now questioning the functionality of the monarchy itself. Even the Golden Boy, Prince William, is not spared from their criticisms. Why the change in tune? It's a fascinating turn of events. The media that once united behind the crown in an almost rabid defence is now painting a picture of a frail King Charles, unable to mend the rift within his own family. They're even suggesting that Harry's attempts at reconciliation may expose the deep-rooted dysfunction within the monarchy. It's ironic. Now that Meghan and Harry have chosen authenticity, the media is starting to question the institution they fled. The royal family has long been a symbol of unity, a beacon of tradition and stability in a rapidly changing world. But behind the golden gates and the polished smiles, there lies a different story, a story of performative unity, of a family bound together not by mutual affection and respect, but by duty, obligation, and the pressure of public scrutiny. King Charles, the figurehead of this institution, now finds himself in the crosshairs of criticism. The media, once his staunchest ally, is now questioning his ability to unite his own family. But is this really about personal failure, or is it a reflection of a deeper, systemic issue? The monarchy is an institution steeped in tradition and protocol, an institution that values image over healing, that prioritizes the appearance of unity over genuine relationships. It's a system that placed a heavy burden on Meghan and Harry, a burden they ultimately chose to shed in favor of authenticity and peace. And it's not just Meghan and Harry. The cracks are starting to show in even the most curated corners of the firm. The royal family, once seen as an unbreakable unit, is starting to fray at the edges. The facade of unity is crumbling, revealing the dysfunction and discord that lies beneath. This is not to say that the royal family is devoid of love or affection, far from it. But it is to say that the institution they represent, with its heavy emphasis on image and protocol, can create an environment where genuine relationships are strained, where personal well-being is often sacrificed for the sake of public perception. The cracks are showing in even the most curated corners of the firm. It's a stark reminder that even the most powerful institutions are not immune to change, that even the most polished images can't hide the truth forever. And as the truth begins to seep out, the world watches, waits, and wonders what will happen next. But don't be fooled, this isn't accountability, it's survival. The media has long played a crucial role in spinning the narrative of the royal family, presenting a facade of unity and perfection to the world. They have been instrumental in creating this myth of a flawless institution, where each member dutifully plays their part in upholding tradition and embodying the spirit of the nation. But, as we've seen recently, this gilded image is starting to crumble. The media, once the monarchy's greatest ally, is beginning to question the integrity of the institution itself. Suddenly, the stories we hear are not of harmony but of discord, not of unity but of fracture. Why this sudden shift? Some might argue that the media is merely doing its job, reporting the truth as it unfolds. But let's be clear, the media has always had the power to shape the narrative. They chose to build up the myth, to perpetuate the illusion of a perfect royal family. And now that the myth is unravelling, they're trying to shift the narrative once again. The media's role in this saga is not just about reporting the news, it's about survival. They've realised that the public is waking up to the reality of the royal family's dysfunction. The performative unity is no longer convincing. The facade is cracking, and the truth is seeping out. So the media is scrambling. They're trying to pivot, to distance themselves from the crumbling institution they once championed. They're attempting to rewrite the narrative, casting the monarchy as the villain and themselves as the truth-tellers. But we must remember that this is the same media that mocked, vilified, and smeared those who dared to step out of line, who chose authenticity over image. This isn't a sudden commitment to journalistic integrity. It's a desperate attempt to save face, to remain relevant in a changing world. The press built the myth, and now that it's unravelling, they're scrambling to shift the narrative. This is not just a story about the royal family, it's a story about the power of the media and the lengths they will go to maintain it. So, what's going on behind the scenes, you might ask? We've delved into the recent shifts in the media's portrayal of the British royal family, from a once united front to a seemingly divided institution. We've looked into the cracks that have started to appear in the gilded facade of the monarchy, cracks that were once conveniently papered over by the press. And we've questioned the role of the media in perpetuating a narrative that, as it turns out, might not be entirely truthful. What we're witnessing is a fascinating and unprecedented situation. The media, which once shielded the monarchy from criticism, is now exposing its flaws and questioning its relevance. It's almost as if the press is trying to distance itself from the institution it once staunchly defended. Could it be that the media is starting to realise that the public's perception of the royal family is changing, and they're trying to stay ahead of the curve? The narrative that the press has spun around the monarchy is slowly unravelling, and as it does, we're seeing a shift in the way the royal family is portrayed. No longer are they untouchable figures, immune to scrutiny and criticism. Now, they're being painted as a fractured family, unable to resolve their internal conflicts.